Bridges outside. The three is up. Knocks down the long J.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down three, he can add it to the list.
With Brunson being undersized, he has such a great feel for how to create space, Brent.
Incredible footwork, BA, the way he puts the needle on the record and just scratches it and pivots around and makes defenders jump and move. Amazing manipulation skills at the point guard position for a guy his size to get it done in the painted area.
Evans, that's good.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's Daniels. Looking at his numbers, putting up 8 points a game.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Towns passes to Anunoby. Here's Evans. Shoots over Johnson. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Pass to Evans. Three-pointer. And again, New York with the triple.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
And Atlanta with possession here. They trail by 9. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
They failed to create enough good looks. The ball movement just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Brunson with the bucket.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Young against Brunson. Now here's Young. Throws it up high. Oh, deflected. And so it's the New York Knicks going into the break up 12. Defense is setting the tone. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Knicks.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
They've got Onyeka Okongwu. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Reza Shea. Here for New York. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. The great one in the last game against the Pacers was simply terrific. He dropped 35 points, and his shot was on point, especially from downtown and the charity stripe. And his effort helped end their losing streak. He'll be looking to inspire them with another win tonight.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Grant.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, BA. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Here's Evans, guarded by Young. Evans, that's good. Evans has got 13.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Wallace outside. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Ooh, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
Here's Evans. 35 points his last game. Count it. Good.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Daniels passes to Johnson. That shot, no good. Oh, nice D from Anunoby.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And he comes up with a bucket.
They have no answer defensively inside.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Young. Oh, and Towns with the block.
The wingspan of Towns in action, allowing him to get on the ball.
Pass to Roddy for three. Here's Johnson. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Knicks out in front, running away with it. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. And on the floor for Tom Thibodeau as we get into the second half. They've got Jalen Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Evans in at the 2 spot. Shot clock at 5. That's off. Shooting 8 for 10 from the floor. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Teams first. At the line for Atlanta.
And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, B.A., isn't it interesting? Tom Thibodeau, lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach. And then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard. They play defense first. They play a ton of minutes. But this team is gritty, and they don't give up.
Johnson with a bucket.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
Brunson passes to the great one. Rebounded by Daniels.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clank it.
And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
And a Okongwu with the block. And they'll keep possession. Towns gets the bucket.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0-of-3 start.
Pass to Rizachet. The Knicks with the rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Hart passes to Brunson. Here's Evans. It's rebounded by Rizachet.
Yeah, starting the half here 1 for 5, and the offense might need an ironing out.
There's the 3. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Brunson. Lays it up and banks it in. Brunson's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, that takes such tenacity just to get in there. Brunson battling through the inside contact.
Pass to Rizachet. And they call an illegal screen here. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, B.A.? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. So this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare, just when he gets his confidence.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
And Atlanta with possession here. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Schroeder finds Brogdon. Launches it. Fires in the triple. Brogdon's got his second basket of the game.
In full-on catch-up mode. They're raining threes right now.
Puts up a three. The shot by Evans, no good.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Rizachet, no good.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup, you want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And so it's the New York Knicks up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
And the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. We've got Bogdan Bogdanovic, and it's Matson in at power forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Here's Evans. Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Pass to Newton. Oh, from deep. And the Knicks, another three.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
The Hawks shooting right at 35%. Not getting what they want out there. Wallace, the pass to Bogdanovic. Here's Matson. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive to the right side. It's stolen away. Pass to Evans. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Evans has got 21. And an important part of every team.